Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Megan.
I'm Petey.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Matt.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Tracy.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. At the moment, we are up inside the farm market. We just got finished setting everything up. The farm market is looking a little bit on the empty side, but we're waiting for Dad to get back from the wholesaler. We've been pretty busy, which is actually nice. It's been rainy and it's been wet over the past few days, so the fact that we've been busy is kind of helping us out.
What are you doing with that box?
Now, yesterday on the farm, we basically experienced an all-day rain, which has left us with a pretty sloppy morning. But with the way the weather's changed from summer to fall around here, we're kind of getting used to it. I would say things were running smoothly today, but for whatever reason, the cattle were out. So we were looking around and we found a spot where we believe that they've been getting out at. So we got to fix that today. And since we've got the farm market all set up for now, I'm gonna help Daniel get the animals taken care of. How is it, everyone? Are we enjoying breakfast? If it wasn't so muddy, I'd let you run around. How's everyone doing in here this morning? What do you think of that? Look at all the calves. Now, even though we've been dealing with some wet, sloppy weather, it's pretty nice out today. This time of the year is really beautiful in Northeast Pennsylvania. We're like at peak fall. The leaves look really, really nice. And it just makes every day a little bit better when it looks beautiful out. And how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good.
How did everything go at the wholesaler?
There was a lot of problems. Your mother went along.
Oh my, so it took a lot longer than normal, huh?
I don't know where to begin.
Oh, the tongue got you. As you guys have seen, we've been working on moving some animals around. We've been moving calves between greenhouses, and we've always done that. And if you remember, we moved our egg layers out into a larger pen. Now, we moved our egg layers for two reasons. One, we wanted to give them a little extra room. And the second reason, well, I'm gonna show you. Morning. Not too long ago, we got a new batch of meat birds. And they were starting to get a little large, so we wanted to move them into an area where they had a little bit more room. So we took the area where we had the egg layers before, and we've opened it up to allow a little extra room for the cattle and a nice little area to move our meat birds into. Now, last year we had a big issue with cats bothering our meat birds when they were really small. Fortunately, we didn't have an issue this year, so we didn't have to watch them as closely. Now they're on the bigger side. They don't usually bother them when they're this size. But as I mentioned before, we wanted to give them a little more room. And the birds look really, really nice. And when I'm not in here, they do enjoy all of this space. I came into our largest greenhouse to help Aunt Rhonda move some stuff around. Since we're done with the greenhouses for the year, we're gonna transfer them over into storage facilities. We don't store too much stuff in this bigger greenhouse. We like to make sure that we use it just for plants. But this front area with the big door makes it easier for us to pull some stuff in. So we wanted to move some tables to make a little extra room and do some cleaning up. Now, over the past few weeks, Aunt Rhonda has been working on cleaning this building, and as you can see, it's pretty big. She got the tables cleaned off, and then yesterday, Aunt Rhonda and I went through and swept all the aisles, which may not sound like a big job. It's a lot of work trying to sweep up all this porous concrete. So all that's left to sweep up is this area right here. And then once that's finished, this greenhouse should be good for the year because we've already got all of the water disconnected. And once it's all swept up, it'll be good. Now that I'm done helping Aunt Rhonda, I'm here with the boys and they're working on bagging potatoes. As you can see, they've already got a few bags taken care of. If you remember from one of our previous videos where we had washed our potatoes, we go through the bins pretty quick.
Look at the size of this thing. What's your best?
These definitely aren't Petey potatoes. Let me show you a Petey potato. That's a Petey potato, and that's an Andrew potato.
It does look like you. It's got to be warm. Okay. That makes sense. Is that why you're growing the hair on your face? So you stay warm.
Too, yeah. I'll help Matt.
Okay. Thanks, Petey.
Matt needs help.
I do.
Matt needs help, just not the kind any of us can give him. Right?
Wow, Petey's talking about you, Matt. You hear this? Where's this all coming from? If I fell, I wouldn't call Petey either, but that's
Well, his cylinder on his tractor's not fixed.
He wouldn't be able to pick me up.
Yeah.
How many more are we doing?
Now, as you guys have seen, we sell two different types of bags. We do a 10-pound bag and a 50-pound bag. If you do buy potatoes and want to store them, you need to store them in a cool, dry, and dark place so that they don't grow sprouts. If they don't grow sprouts, that means they will last for a longer time. And our customers get really excited when we start selling our own potatoes. I don't know what it is about fresh, local produce, but people love it. I know I love it. And that's why we have to bag potatoes so often. Now, because of our storage area where we're working right now, we're able to store potatoes for quite some time. And if you're growing your own potatoes, the best way to store them is not washing them. So a lot of the potatoes that we keep in here and store for longer periods of time will not be washed. Now, the potatoes we sell to our customers can still be stored, but they do store better if they're not washed. If you're harvesting your own potatoes and you want them to last as long as possible, don't wash them until you use them. Now, you might find this interesting. The potato variety that we were just bagging up is called Norwis, and the Norwis potato was originally bred by Frito-Lay to make potato chips. That's why it's a good chip potato and a good frying potato in general. You can use it for basically anything, but the chips and fries taste great. So we've been having a little bit of an issue the past couple days. This is our neighbor, Bill. Bill, tell him what you've had to do the past 2 days.
Chase cows.
Yeah, there are cows. He has to call us, and then we don't answer, and then he has to chase the cows.
I'm getting too old for that stuff.
So anyway, we have to fix our fence so that the neighbor, because he's getting old, doesn't have to chase cows anymore. So since the cows have gotten out the last 2 days, we need to fix that problem because we don't want to be chasing cattle. So we're gonna head back and try and find out where the fence problem is and fix it. Now, because it's been so sloppy, we're not gonna drive the truck into the pasture. The last thing we want today is for the truck to get stuck, because then we gotta pull it out with the tractor. Nobody wants that. We're gonna take these with us. As you can see, we brought down temporary fence posts. The goal is to keep the cattle in. We're gonna come up with a more permanent structure later on, but for now, we're just trying to keep everything in. We just walked the entire fence line that we think was giving us trouble. Then we went through and we put in our temporary posts. Now we're gonna run some wire the whole length of this side of the pasture. And then once we run our braided wire the whole length of this side of the pasture, we're gonna go through and take out any problem trees. And then later on, we'll be able to put in a more permanent fix along this side. We just got our fence connected. Now all we have to do is get power to it. And that's not too difficult. We have a solar powered fencer out here that we can hook up, and then we should be good to go. And for now, that should halt all of our issues. We'll have to put a more permanent fix in later on, but should stop cows from getting out at night. Ain't she a beauty though? Look at her. Wow, wow, wow. You're okay. Look at this tree. Boy, I love fall. Now, we did have one down here inspecting everything. Now the whole herd is down here. We have been having some fence trouble, so we got home a little bit later to lunch today. But let's see what we're having. Oh, I see hot dogs. There's mac and cheese here, and there's some dip. Sounds like a good lunch to me. Now, after we got finished putting all that temporary fencing in, we tested it and it was obvious we weren't getting enough power. So what we're gonna be doing to combat that is we're gonna be putting in a brand new fencer, and we're also gonna be working on a few other sections of fencing to try and make sure that we can get enough power throughout the whole fence. Well, we just got the fence hooked up to the old fencer. Petey, was it working?
Oh yeah.
Petey got a little bit of a shock. It woke him up. He's okay though, don't worry.
Because it was.
After we got finished with making sure that our fence was working correctly, we had a little bit of time on our hands, so I wanted to take the drone for a little flight. Now we have a wonderful opportunity on the farm where we get to see beautiful scenery every day, and I wanted to take an opportunity to share it with you. As we fly around a little bit, you can see that the leaves have changed to a beautiful color. Now we are on the back side of peak, so as you can see, not all of the trees have leaves on them, but the trees that do have leaves look beautiful. Now as the year moves along and these leaves turn from a beautiful green to all different types of colors, it helps us to appreciate that harvest is on the way. And even though bean harvest has started for us here in Northeast Pennsylvania, you never really appreciate how far along the year is going until you see leaves falling. But the whole point of this little flight was to give you an idea of what we are so fortunate to look at every day and help you appreciate why we enjoy working outdoors so much. Wasn't that beautiful? I really wish I got the drone up about a week ago, because that's when we were in peak. Everything looks so nice. But better late than never, right? Earlier on, I had taken Callie up to the house and I left my camera there. I don't know why I did that. Unfortunately, I did not have my camera with me. We just got finished working on a job. Coming up shortly, Dad is gonna be hauling a few steers, and when he's gonna be hauling, it's gonna be dark out. And we are having a few issues with the running lights on our truck and our trailer. So what we did was we checked the fuse, and there was a fuse blown, and we replaced it, and it blew right away. So myself, Dad, and Petey were under the truck looking at the wiring assembly, and we found what was causing the problem. We got that disconnected and then repaired so that when we installed our new fuse, it didn't blow and the lights worked. So now everything is gonna be okay for when Dad has to haul those steers. And because the time change is coming and we're gonna be working in the dark a lot more, it's good to have working lights. Look who's in the farm market. What have you been up to today?
What have I been up to today, Andrew? Gavin, what am I up to today?
About 6'3".
That's what I'm up to today.
Joel has been pressure washing a horse stall that was very dirty, and I have been helping him.
We are now at the end of our day, so that means we're gonna be closing stuff up. First things first is pulling everything off the shelves and then moving everything into the cooler. Ooh, it smells good in here. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Pork chops, roasted veggies,
Ooh,
and hot lettuce.
sounds good to me. We are now all at the table except for Lauren. Lauren is not feeling 100%, so she's in the room. But everybody else is here. We have got dinner on the table, so you guys know what that means. This is where we're gonna end the video. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.